Hey there, West Dove here with Dove Development Consulting, and I want to do a special partner focus for the 2021 Live to Lead Harrisonburg experience with Dove Development and Consulting. So we've been able to partner with a number of different organizations over the last 7 years now that we've been hosting this event here in the central Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. It's an in-person event, and we are able to bring some of the best and brightest folks in the region together. Now, this year's a little bit different, and you see on the screen, we've got the folks that we buy a license for their content that's going to be happening just a few weeks prior. We're going to tailor it. We're going to bring you that content if you're part of the room. If you're in the room with us, we're going to bring that content. We're going to facilitate a day where you can network with other leaders and you can really build out the action steps that you want to take when you get back into your organization and how you make a difference. Now, I want to call attention to this because sometimes people are like, oh, you mean John's not going to be there live? No, for $107, I can't get you in a room with John and 200 people. It just doesn't work that way. The math doesn't work because he's over $100,000 for a keynote just by himself, not to mention JB Kern-Lima, Valerie Burton, Jeff Henderson, Ed Bylett, and so on and so forth. So it's some really cool content. Now, we've been able to, over the last 7 years that we've hosted this event, we've been able to build in additional things. This year, Cindy and I are doing a live local keynote called Building Buy-in Around a clear mission and vision. And it's a lesson that we developed, I don't know, maybe a year ago at this point for Executive Leadership Think Tank, really about how can they take their organization and make sure everybody understands how their role contributes to the overall mission of that organization and how they can really impact it on a day-to-day basis and build buy-in around it so people can really serve. So that's something that we're tailoring and really bringing it to a level that should impact any leader at any level of any organization. So you can really have that clear mission and vision and build buy-in around it. So here's the thing. I want to call special attention today to one of our partners. So we've got a bunch, about 25 or so right now. I want to call attention to Andy Sams Photography. Andy Sams, we got to meet him maybe 2 years ago. And here's the thing. I several years ago, it's not nice anymore, but when I bought it, it was a pretty nice camera because technology changes and so on. It was a fairly high-end Nikon, but again, it's not all that nice anymore. But what I've learned is having a nice camera and being able to use it are two very, very different things. And here's the other thing. There are some absolutely phenomenal photographers out there that are great with weddings and stills and these different things. But Andy is bar none the most amazing event photographer that we have dealt with to date. So if you go to our website right below me, you'll see registration. Early bird registration is in full swing. You'll see all that and so on. But as you go down and you see the different partners, you can click on their logo and you can go to their website. And I've got a couple pages on Andy's website pulled up that I want to show you. So first and foremost, you can see where he does the welcome, the business, the tourism, weddings, engagements, food and farm family, headshots, and even graduation pics. Now, just as a side note, Andy's a musician, so there's some stuff on here about music too. I haven't dug into that yet, but I enjoy music and so on, especially the 80s hair band stuff. But if you go to business, you can see where Andy's done some really, really cool events. He's done some Google events, some Microsoft Xbox stuff. And if you go there, you can even see a lot of the shots that he took at the 2020 Live to Lead Harrisonburg event here in the central Shenandoah Valley. Now, you can see we've hosted every year to this point at Blue Ridge Community College, at Plecker Workforce Center. We try to make the name badges and do some ribbons to recognize some of the folks that are really key and involved in it. Andy captured an amazing sunrise. We're there early. It's a full day. Typically, we open doors at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. We start shortly thereafter, and we run through at least 2:15, and then we've got an executive summit at the event that runs from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. And when people leave, they're going, "Dear God, that was a lot that you crammed into a day." And the answer to that is yes, it is. And we want you to get huge value. More importantly, we want you to get a lot that you can take away and put in place in your organization to make an impact on the leadership culture. As you scroll down, you see so much of the different stuff that Andy captured. So the experience, if you will. And that's something that we work hard to build in. And as we worked with Andy, as we got to know Andy in the conversation that we were having around the event, really prepping, it was clear that I'd never had that interaction before. And don't get me wrong, I've always appreciated the folks that have taken photos and captured memories from our previous events, and they've always done a great job. But the difference was the intentionality and the understanding of, this is what I've done in different events, and here's how I want to bring it here to you. So Andy, we appreciate you doing this for us. Just can't wait to have a full room. Last year, as you can see, we had social distancing. You'll see a lot of masks in the pictures where we're up and around one another. So that was in play, and we shouldn't have much of that this year. So I'm super thankful that Andy's able to do it and really bring that first class professionalism and that expertise that he's got to our event. Now, if you're not familiar with Live to Lead, stick around and I'll play a quick video that you can see and experience what will be coming in this 2021 event from some of the speakers that we buy that license for to bring to you here in this area. Make it a great day. God bless.
Every one of you have a journey to take. Your first step is your most important step. You don't go up to the top. You grow up to the top.
You are one decision away from shifting your life from where it is right now to a totally different place.
So often our setbacks are setups. It's just hard to see it at the time.
What if you interrupted that pattern of thinking and simply said, what do I want? That takes your energy and focus off of the problem and begins to focus you on a solution.
Success is a series of steps, not one giant leap.
Commitment will get us to the starting line. Consistency will get you to the finish line.
You were born. You were created for your life to count.